Hey guys, it is Lara from A Wee Bit Worn, and that's my Poshmark closet. And I wanted to record this really quickly because there's a lot of times that we share our good times, but we also need to share our bad times and the things that we do wrong and how to help other people. So I finished up work today and I was getting ready for just going out to dinner with my husband. It's kind of a Thursday night thing. And I see an alert come over my phone from Poshmark, and it just was somebody saying, I got the wrong item from you. And that's all I saw. And my heart just dropped. This is my worst fear. It's the thing I think about all the time. In the corporate world, I'm in charge of internal communications, so I have access to send out to email from corporate communications to 25,000 people. And so at night, I worry about sending out the wrong thing to 25,000 people. But for Posh, I worry about sending the wrong thing to somebody. It's not an easy fix. And so I did it. And so I went to check, and I'm so meticulous about my stuff. So I literally have a process. So right here is my printer. And I print. My husband gets so frustrated because I've got this stuff all over the dining room table, but I want to be in here with the family. So I print, I write on it what the item is, and I put it with the note card that I've written and the item. So the minute I print it, I write on it. And so I don't know what happened, but I'll put in here the items that I messed up, and they're very, very opposite. One is a big, great, awesome straw bag. It's new, but it looks very vintage, 70s, very in. And another is a bustier floral print from White House Black Market. So very, very different sides of the world, Indiana and LA. And I don't know how it happened. I remember packing everything. I had one item on one side of the kitchen behind me and one item on the other side of the kitchen. It was Sunday. I was so sick. I've been battling this sinus thing, and that's absolutely no excuse. But I was foggy. And I remember I was talking to my husband and I wasn't focused, so I must have just switched the labels. And I don't know yet if I switched the note cards, because I write very personal cards in there as well. But when this is rectified, I might reach out to one of them and see if the note card was right and the labels were wrong, because I just want to make sure I've cleared up my process. So what happens then? I immediately responded to the person and just said, I am devastated. I'm so sorry. I am on this. I'm going to figure out what needs to happen, and I'll get back with you immediately. And I went out and I looked on Posh Support, and there's about 67 different questions out there that they have responses to that are already pre-written. That was one of them. So that makes me feel better that I'm not the only one. And but it basically just said, hey, we've got a resolution for you. Send us the information from both of the orders. So I sent the number from the order and the username and the item they were supposed to get, and then the number or the item that they did get. And so now I'm kind of waiting, and I'll update you guys and let you know what happens. I'm assuming they send them a label and they have to ship it back, and it's a big inconvenience for them, which just sucks. I want to be able to get their money back to them. But that's not, we don't have control over that with Poshmark. So, I mean, I might even just mail them a personal check. I don't know. This is just, I would be so irritated. I wouldn't be mad, but I'd just be like, really? I gotta go. I'm so busy and I gotta go do this. So I want to rectify it. The other person that I haven't heard from yet, I checked on their order and their item hadn't been delivered yet. So I emailed them and said, hi, I have some really bad news that you're going to receive the wrong item. I'm so sorry. Briefly explained what happened and owned it. So I just owned it. And now we'll see what happens. But I'll follow up on this video and tell you guys what happened. But I just wanted to share with you and let you know that you know, it's a business really, and you know, people return things and people are frustrated with things, and it's all in how you handle it. So I'm trying to handle it the best way that I can. If anybody's had this happen before and they have some advice, please post it below. Would love to hear what you have to say. So back soon with an update.
Hey y'all, it's Lara. I'm really sick, or I just don't have a voice. I'm getting a little bit better. I wanted to record a quick update while I'm getting ready to go to my son's band regional event tonight. It's been 2 days since I flip-flopped labels and screwed up the 2 of my customers' orders. That was Thursday. This is Saturday at about 5 o'clock, and I still haven't heard back from Poshmark. I followed the instructions and emailed them both of the order numbers, their usernames, the item they should have had, the item they did get, and I haven't heard anything. I've been in touch with the buyers. They've been so nice, especially the one that didn't know yet that she was going to get the wrong item. She was so sweet. She said, I'm not in any rush, and so I'm keeping in touch with them. And the one that received the item first opened a ticket, and preferably, God, my lipstick is purpley. That would be what Buddy the Elf would say. Preferably, if Poshmark thought about it and they knew the 2 different buyers, they could send the label to each buyer for the other buyer. So that way they just pop it on and send it in the mail back. And it's like, it takes the middleman out of it. Because they'd have to ship it back to me and then rebuy it, I think is what some people have told me on Instagram. So I'm hoping that's not the case. I hope that they think about that and send that out to each of the buyers. But I'll keep you guys updated. Bye.
So I wanted to wrap up the story about my shipping debacle on Poshmark, and it's been, you know, kind of a crazy week. It's been 9 days since I accidentally flip-flopped labels and sent the opposite thing to 2 different people. And so don't pay any attention to I got a big bruise here. Don't worry, I'm fine. It is my Juvederm injections right here. And I think there's one here, and then I got my Botox. So if you want to know more about that, let me know, because I do that. But this will go away. She just kind of had a little blood thing. I've been in Chicago most of the week working, so I have been back in town for a few days, and it's been crazy around here, so I'm finally having a chance to wrap this up. So what eventually happened was, it's been 9 days since this happened, and I emailed Posh twice with all of the details, the order numbers of both, who the customer was, what they were supposed to get, etc., and suggested that it would be great if they would email them the shipping label for each other, so they didn't have to send it back to me and then rebuy or whatever. I heard a lot of different things online as to what they would really do. And I didn't hear back from them, and the customer kept asking me what was going on. You know, they were sitting there with an item that wasn't theirs, and I felt terrible. And all I could really do was respond to them under the item, which I know Posh doesn't want us being able to talk to each other for lots of good reasons, but I wish there was some sort of option for us to handle some of our own customer service. And I know that there are a million different reasons why, and that there are a lot of different scenarios that happen, and they have to keep control over that. But in this case, I just really wish that there's something I could do. And I was in Chicago trying to manage meetings and all of that while watching this. So I guess it was about Wednesday, which was almost a full week, and I hadn't heard anything, and one of the customers reached out and said, have you heard anything yet? And so I sent them a Twitter and I sent them an Instagram. And I don't really like doing that because I'm not really somebody who airs anything on social media. And it wasn't bad. It was just, please, you know, we need some assistance and we need to know what to do. And I had some great advice on Instagram from all of the reseller community. They said, just wait. because you don't want to do something that Posh wouldn't want you to do, and they will handle it. So I waited, and then I got a message, I think the next day, from one of the customers that said, hey, I got a label for the other customer, which thrilled me. So they ended up doing that. They sent the opposite label to the other customers, and that they could send to each other. So long story short, that was the outcome. And they were really nice on the email. They said, you know, mistakes happen. We're covering the shipping this time. So they covered the shipping, which I was fully prepared to cover the shipping. This was my mess up, and I was ready, but they said they were covering it this time and to be more careful, and that was it. So hopefully these items are en route to one another and we can wrap this up, and I have just got to slow down. You know, I'm usually shipping early in the morning before work or late at night before I go to bed, and I just got to slow down. And anyway, so that's the story. If you have any questions, let me know. I got so much support from people saying, don't worry, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that, which made me feel so much better. So if you're one of those, thank you so much, because I didn't have a clue what to do and I felt really dumb. So thanks for watching this story. And if you have any crazy stories like this that could help others, post them below, because that really helped me. So thanks a lot. Follow us on Instagram and in the Poshmark closet under A Wee Bit Worn, and subscribe if you want to hear more about being a reseller. Thanks. Bye, y'all.